What gonna get me recap, family? Welcome back to another unstoppable recap. Now, family, this conversation right here was one that I had the pleasure of having Derek C. Williams, Antoinette Miller, Karen, and Sweet Like That join me in, right? And people, it was an awesome conversation. We talk about a few topics pertaining to parents being allowed to see their kids, a man in specific, right? And we also touched upon the topic of women being vindictive, or trying to use the child against the man as the father. I say, yo, unless me get this or unless me get that, then you are not allowed to see a child. And especially in the case of some woman who, when the man and man break up, she choose to say, yeah, what, your new woman not supposed to have nothing to do with my pitney, which is the man pitney as well. Some woman do them kind of thing there, right? Also, we touched upon a little topic where a brother was, him spend like a time in a jail, and after him come out, the mother never want him to see him child. Family, this one right here was an awesome conversation, and I think you will enjoy it. Take a listen to this one that happened over there some time ago on Unstoppable Live. This young man claims that he cannot, and I do understand why. He cannot speak on the show because, it's an ongoing court issue, right? It's actually in court right now. But he must say he want to hear some strangers' opinion and advice to this one. All right? So let me give you the details. So the brother explained that when he was about 18, he met this young lady and him did fall crazy in love with her. Right? Him said there was nothing him wouldn't do for this young lady. Right? I want to listen me closely, And whoever shuffle, tap a shuffling the man, which one I want to shuffle so much?
That's on me again. Let's sit down.
One I want to shuffle too much. Alright. So him said he meet this young lady and him fall crazy in love with her. There was nothing where him couldn't do or wouldn't do for this young lady. Now him say he was with her for quite a while, and everywhere she did, him did it. Everywhere him go, she did it. And one night they were out, and him and the girl get into an altercation with another young girl. Now, as a man, if your girl in an altercation, you're going to want to defend your woman. You understand? Because the girlfriend get involved with an altercation, her boyfriend get involved in it too. So him jump in at the situation as well. Now, the person with them have the altercation with, one of them get hurt, seriously injured, and the police was called, and both him and his girlfriend get locked up, right? Now, while they were there, the two of them get the same lawyer. One lawyer represent both of them, him and the girl. Now, the lawyer came to him and disclosed some information to him where he never knew prior to the incident, right? While him there in a lockup, the lawyer come to him and tell him, say, listen, the girl is pregnant, right? Now, being him as a man now, we say he would have already do anything for her, right? Now, remember, she was the one who actually started the incident, and she was the one who injured the person in the act, right? Them go to court, he made the decision that he might go plead guilty and take everything upon himself, and said the girl never have nothing to do with it, him are the one we do it. Him end up get some time for spending in a prison. Him say the whole time him there in a prison, the girl walk out, no get no charge, no spend not a day in a prison, nothing like that. And from him going to prison, him not hear from the girl again. Him not even know when him baby born, not even as much as for say. The girl call him and say, listen, the baby born. Nothing like that. Now, what made it rough is him there in a jail and him a try him hardest, then a prison and him a try him hardest to reach out to the girl to find out whether it was a boy or a girl child him get, and him couldn't even get any kind of response from the girl because she wouldn't even talk to him. Him there and him count down the years and count down the time for release. And him said the first day him get out, the very first thing him do is head to where the girl live, figure see him baby, because him want to know whether a boy or a girl and want to see him child. Him say when him go, a man answer the door. And when the man answer the door, I want to listen me, people. This is where it get rough, Him say when the man answer the door, the man said to him, say, who him be? And him explain the situation to the man. The man tell him, say, him have to leave because let's just say for name's sake, we are going to call the girl, him baby mother, Terry. So him explain and him say, well, him come to see Terry, him want to see Terry, is Terry there. So the man who opened the door tell him, say, listen, Terry is unavailable to come to the door right now. and please leave. Now bear in mind, you know, this man not see him pitney fan him pitney born. Him not know what happened to the pitney, you know. Right? Now the child, the man asks him to leave, or him gonna call the police. So him get little irate, you know, because which man want to hear a next man tell himself to leave, him can't see him pitney. Right? So him get upset and angry, and the police was called, and the police come on the scene again. And when the police come, right, you know, them put him in a handcuff and thing and put him in the squad car, because bear in mind him just get released out of prison, so you know say that no good for him. Right? Him say while him didn't know, him explain to the police them what happened, and them give him a blight and let him go. Right? So him never go back and lock up that day there. You know, him go back the next day and him try to reason with the man and explain the situation to him, you know, and talk to him and say, listen, as a man to a next man, you wouldn't want this happen to you because this is your child. You don't want to see your child, right? The man say, all right, we talk to Terry and see what go on and Ray. The man say from him come out of prison, him see him daughter one time. Him say him daughter is now 5 years of age. And one time him see him daughter, right? Now, him say they have been going to court trying back and forth, trying to see if him can get to see the child or whatever. And the thing is, the man who is the stepfather now, right, is trying, because him have money, him a try to stop the man from seeing the child. So every time him go to court, him lawyer, I tell the judge them say, listen, he's a convicted criminal, and them a think about the child's best interest and the child's safety and all of that, right? So it's a serious issue, you understand? And the man right now is confused. He don't know what to do. He might have a serious issue as it relates to seeing his child. So me I go talk to the panel one by one. Let's start off with Antoinette. Antoinette, what you would advise him to do in a situation like this? Or even if I did you, Antoinette, what would you do in a situation like that?
Well, honestly, first and foremost, the lady should have never deprived the man and child, because I mean, if for the man child, I should sure say him are the biological father, then why would you want to say, boy, you know, keep with the child from the man? I mean, from a certain things the man charge for. You understand what I say? Me no know if him not have a good liar or what, but I think him will get justice through the court system, because every parents have the right, you know, to see them child or children. So that is what I say.
All right.
The mother wrong. If it is she sure said that man is the biological father, then I don't know what to say right this, so. I don't know why is it should not keep with the child. You understand what I say?
Right.
The only way should not want the child to go around the man, because as though the stepfather accept the child and taking care of the child, or she sure said that man is not the father. You understand? So yeah, that does so me feel.
All right, Derek, as a man, what you have to say about this?
I would say being prior military, I actually, when I was aboard the USSC with Jim, I think I saw like maybe 5 or 6 guys taken off the ship in chains. They were taken off in handcuffs because they were behind in a child support payment or two. I just did a video yesterday. Well, I uploaded the video today talking about a young lady that was talking about, she agreed with me that child support, for instance, is very unfair toward the man in America. And what it is that if that child is determined to be that man's child, he should have all the rights and privilege therein. And so the guy that is presently the boyfriend, he really should have no legal right to say that he can't see the child.
Right.
But it's really predicated. It's really hinging on the mother. The fact that, you know, she has essentially poisoned this man to believe that the biological father is an imminent threat. And my thing is this: anytime you use children, this is just how we were raised in Mississippi. Anytime you poison a child like that and they get wind of it, they will end up hating the parent that poisoned them in the first place. If they get wind that mother purposely tried to keep the father out of his life, that child is gonna go to hate the mother. And in my situation, it was the same thing. A young lady had tried to pin a child on me. Come to find out when she was 12 years old, the girl was determined that she was not biologically mine, but she still has my last name to this day. She's 33 years old, but her last name is Williams. But she is not my child.
Right.
And so I'm actually living this. The young the child, she does not like her mother, and she still ain't hitting on nothing. So I think that you have a lot of low down women out here, So that's just one of them right there, and it's very unfortunate because the only person really gonna suffer is the child. And now my man, he's lost all these years. He's lost 5 years of child life. Never can get him back again.
All right. Sweet like that. What's your take on the situation?
I don't care what happened between both parents. I don't believe in sabotage in the relationship, especially with the dad, and it's a girl child. I'm absolutely against that. But what I'm thinking is something not right with that. He stopped her from going to jail. He sacrificed his freedom for her because he knew that he has a child on the way.
Right.
And he didn't reach out. I don't think this child is his. Because for a man to take a step like that and say, you know what, she's pregnant with my baby, I am going to jail. And she never reached out while he's in. I think that's the first red flag. I personally believe that, hey, that's not his baby. She was just pregnant and she wasn't sure, and then she realized it's not him, but there's no way that could be her baby father. Everything was good. He's crazy in love with her. She got in problems. He took the rap. And she just walked away as if he never existed.
Yeah, she
and
never even get to see him child. Exactly.
Right. That's not even cold. You can't even call cold. Is just not good for that. Like, I can't phantom my thoughts around somebody doing that to somebody who gave up so much for them.
And
my advice to him is don't let go of your baby girl, because you don't want her end up with daddy issues and out here twerking and all them stuff, because all of that is daddy issues. Fight for her with everything you got. You might not have the money what this man have, but listen, show up our school.
And see,
I think if the law say 5 feet away, and just wave to her and say, baby, daddy love you and I'm not stop fighting for you. Sooner or later, that little girl going to start annoy her mother, so she wants to see her father.
Well, the thing about it, he doesn't even know whether or not the little girl think the stepdaddy is her father. Because when I ask him that, I say, does the child know that you are her father and not the stepfather? Him say him not even know. So the little girl, 2 to 1, the little girl probably call the stepdaddy daddy. You understand? So this right now is very...
Secure the bag too, because the stepfather have some money and she figure him come out of jail and have no money. But listen, if I was him on supper with a child, know I'm the dad or not, I go into the school, and when the child walk out, I say, hey, Michelle, this is John. I am your dad, and I love you, and I'm fighting for your baby, and I won't stop. And I'm not even touching the child, so they can't say I saw the child on, and I'm walking about business.
All right,
and
so
I'm going to keep dropping that seed in the child head.
So I saw where I remember. I think it was John Wick. If it was John Wick, sorry, but anyway, I saw where someone said nothing could have never go so. But see, big up yourself, Ann Crawford over there on Facebook. Ann says, my brother had the same problem. Listen, at the end of the day, you have some very vindictive women, You have some woman where we put some man through some ropes, But before we continue, make we hear Karen view upon this. Karen, what you have to say?
Well, good night again, guys. The whole entire thing have red flags that poke all over it. She has no heart. Her heart left one Eskimo gone with fear heart. Because unless she know that child is not the guy's child, and she's protect the child, because after this man take the rap fear for whatever she have done, she don't want the man, probably she afraid to the man I go do a DNA test and find out for him pitney come back and want revenge. So probably that's why she's protecting that child. Who to tell if the man where she there with no one of the man the pitney? And that man only pretend as if he's a stepdad. But for me, my advice to him as a person who don't have any children, I would say to him, fight with every might you have and everything, because nothing beats a father's love to a girl child. And the girl must know there are a lot of women out here in the world, not just in Jamaica alone, all over the world, wish their baby daddy would just show up. Just show up to say hi to the child.
Listen, Derek, so he says, Derek, that it's still ongoing in court, right? And they are trying to use the fact that he was convicted against him, right? To say him not fit to be around the child and how him going to support the child financially and stuff like that, right? So his question tonight is he wants to know what are his chances, right, pertaining to this situation, because him say even the lawyer where him get, right, even the lawyer where him get, him try to explain the situation to the lawyer and ask the lawyer, well, what are my chances? And the lawyer say, you know, the lawyer basically not give him no good advice. You understand? Right. So that's why I'm reach out to strangers now to try and get some answers.
Well, him need to change the lawyer unstoppable. Him need to change that lawyer. That lawyer weak. You understand? Because no court can deprive the parents the right to see them child. You understand? And if it is you and the parent, the two parents not together, then here it's both parents right. Whether you have the child permanent, the other one have to see the child whether weekend, fortnight, the month endly, but you have to see the child. You understand? The both parents have to involve in the child life. Once is the two biological parents. You understand what I say? Even if them did adopt the child, so to speak, right? So what I'm saying, the lawyer with him have, him need to change that lawyer, because I mean that lawyer uses him go wasting money. And again, because him convicted, why them are used against him, that kind of sound weak too. Why? Because I mean that say based upon what him get convicted for. You understand? So
we see everybody in the chat. I say, listen, DNA.
Everybody. Yeah, that need a DNA test.
Everybody
needs to request a DNA test first and foremost. Yes, first and foremost, do a DNA test so that if this child is his, is not his. He does not waste his time, effort, money, and the little resources that he has, because he had gotten a rap sheet. If the child is not his, he can change the focus to rebuilding his life.
Exactly.
Now again, but the time when he spend behind bars, but at least can make something of himself. And listen, man will kill people. Man will kill people have the right to them children. Sex offenders have the right to their children.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Right quick.
Just a minute. If it is a sex offender, right, and the child underage, honestly, that's gonna be hard for them make a decision.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's not even go there, because that's not his situation.
Yes,
so let's not go there.
And did you Unstoppable? Did you ask him if this is his first charge?
Yeah,
first time going behind bars.
That's the very first time he ever was even get locked up. Him say it was that incident, and him just take the blame for the girl. You know, him say he wasn't the one who did anything. Him say he wasn't the one who do nothing. Him never even lift up the weapon, right? But because him love the girl so much, him just take the blame and just say him do it and do the time. You know, with expectations that him gonna come out and go to her, and you understand, have them relationship like it used to be.
You see, if it was me like her in a situation and the man take the rap for me, trust me, I lay out red carpet for him. I not even would want to see a next man. I lay out red carpet for him and wait till him come from prison. I not gonna lie you. If I did,
she's supposed to hold it. The truth. She's supposed to hold it until him come out.
But for sure you. All right, hold on, Derek. Go ahead. Go ahead, Derek.
Well, the young lady just said she would, and she again. We all have individual ideas about it. She said that she would roll out the red carpet for him. Apparently, every woman does not feel like that.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter is that I'm reading the chat from the TV, and I'm seeing everyone say, "Get a new lawyer, get a new lawyer." Getting a retainer is hard. That's a lot of money for him just to switch over and get a new lawyer. That in itself is going to be a battle. To say nothing of getting a good lawyer. The fact is that I think that because of they're using the fact that he was incarcerated against him, and that's the reason why justice is not. I was saying in my video yesterday that it's so ironic that men basically make the laws to crush other men. And so he gonna have a long road to hoe, sadly, trying to fight for his rights to see the child for the simple fact that he did go to prison.
Right.
This may have been his first time, and he took the rap, and that was a very good thing. And like the young lady said, she would roll out the red carpet. But a lot of women don't want to hear this, but the fact is, a lot of them are just outright dirty. And this is one of them. And he just picked the wrong one, unfortunately. Right. So that he got some tough days ahead.
Listen, like I said, there are a lot of women out there who not loyal, none at all. They'll be with you, right? And when everything good, them good. As long as you're down, that. You understand? You're there on your own. Because in this situation, if you see the fact that, like one boy say, as soon as she get free, that was it. That was it. She walk away and never look back at him. She never call him, right? She never communicate with him. Even when the baby born, him no know that the baby born. The man never even know whether his child was a boy or a girl. That is horrible. You know, what kind of heart a female could have to do that?
But the law,
in my opinion,
the law is the law. It doesn't matter if he was convicted. If he was convicted of an extra violent criminal, his time would not be shot. So yes, there was some violence too.
All right. So now let's hear from Gary's point of view, from Derek's point of view, I should say, about last week. Now, Derek, if you have your child, right?
Yes.
Would you have a problem with a stepfather spending any kind of money on that child? Or a stepfather playing a part in that child's life?
No, because for the simple fact is that it's the way I'll say it. I hope you understand. I have to kind of pay that forward because basically, since I've been on my own, I've been step parents to other people's children. If the man passed the smell test with me, and I know he has my child's best interest at heart. Obviously, I'm not with my daughter's mother. She has to go on with her life, so she's not. So quite naturally, she's going to meet a man. Just so long as the man treats my daughter with respect, and my daughter treats him with the similar respect, it's nothing. It's nothing really for me to say. I would have a sit down talk with him, and I would have him understand where I'm coming from as the father. Me and the mother make the final decisions on everything. You feel free to run past whatever you like, but we get the final yes or no. That's what I would do. But yes, I wouldn't have any problem. But if I thought that my spidey sense went off, I would definitely talk to my daughter's mother about the situation. But still in all, I would be mature about it. I hope that answered your question.
So Derek, let's just say your daughter's mother, right? One day has an issue with your present, let's use girlfriend, right? Let's just say your daughter's mother has an issue with your present girlfriend participating in your daughter's life. How would you handle a situation like that?
I would have to, all three of us would have to have a powwow. All three of us have to sit down at the table because the fact is, you just put what I just said to you in reverse. The fact is, I'm definitely not going to sit on my hands. I'd say that on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to sit on my hands. I am going to live on with my life, and whomever is in my life, they will see Damaris. And so I expect Damaris to give her respect, and she's damn sure going to respect my daughter. That doesn't mean that, and actually, because like that's a touchy subject, because obviously people don't want step parents to put their hands on children.
Right.
That would be me. That would actually be me. I would actually be the disciplinarian. But daughter will definitely respect my woman. I should tell you, my stepmother, when my daddy got married, he sat down with, they had an issue. My mom and my stepmama had an issue, but my daddy sat them down and said, look, this is my wife now, and Derek and Brian will respect her. And so we just knew what time it was. And so I would just pattern what my daddy did. Like, look, we're not going anywhere, and my children are going to see me, and my children are going to respect my woman, and my woman is going to respect my children. If they go out and they act up with my woman, it's going to be hell to pay. But at the same time, I don't expect my new wife or my woman to be like the wicked stepmama. So you have to sit down. It's all about communication, and then more importantly, unstoppable. Real quick, it's about executing because we could talk all day, but when the rubber hit the road, you're going to have to do right by these kids because that's what it's all about. Damn everybody's emotions. Look, I'm not with my ex no more. I'm with this one. So that's how that is. So that's pretty much it.
All right, ladies, let's go. Phone a turn. Who want to go first?
Mama, take it. I agree with him. You understand? People have to know their boundaries. If it is you're with a man, you meet a man with children, you may have children too before, the present relationship. I mean, everybody have to know how to draw the line. There's boundary. You have to respect the child, respect the baby mother before you two, and you expect the same. We have to know how to level up the things. So, me agree with it.
All right. Sweet like that.
Listen, I still stand the same grounds. I don't feel like as parents we should intervene with the relationship between the child and the other parent. I'm against that, whether it's mother, whether it's father, I still stand the same ground. However, it's too frequent, and then you hear women come out and say, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, he is not doing this, and you mutilate the dad on so much level when a lot of times I'm seeing it where women are the endurance guys who are really just trying to see the kid. It doesn't matter. A big thing I noticed in Jamaica, if the man is not contributing to the kid's life, then he can't see the kid. No, if he could afford to contribute to the kid life and you want to use those bones, I'm still against it, but that's your terms. You run your house. I can't intervene in that. But if the man cannot afford, he's not working to take care of the child, at some point, maybe music, but whatever it is, he cannot afford, that should not stop a relationship. There are some morals that he's going to put into his daughter that you as a mother can't put. You as a mother can't teach your son how to be a man. He is still needed. So if he is not able to financially afford, still allow him to father the child.
All right, so
one person cannot grow a child.
So the Diva, big up yourself, the Diva says, if the step parent feels like because he or she is spending gives them any right, then that's a no-no. Karen, what you say?
Well, for me personally, I grew up in a situation where I had a stepmother and still have a stepmother. And when I am the eldest child for my dad, and my stepmother was there before I was born. So no know that little bun something they go. And my father did a bad boy afore him come out the road go get. Man, understand? And my stepmother didn't treat me or any of my siblings differently from her child. Because up to this day, I have a stepsister who regards my dad as her dad, and you cannot tell her anything about my dad because she regards my dad as her dad. And I respect her mom. I didn't grow up around her mom because her mother was living abroad at the time, but every year when she comes to Jamaica, around about this time of the year, she would be in Jamaica. And remember, we as children, we were getting the best of the best: book, pencil, uniform, everything if we go back to school. My mother was the type of person who know she accept it, but she have to cuss first. And then my father is the type of person now. My father go bring the bag and my father go put it down and we go in at the bag and we go look. And then my mother go say, I wanna step, no country people talk. I wanna step mama there from France, so I must see she send it. When I take them up care, go put them down, because I don't want to hear some prevent her from giving no anything. And I remember when my dad passed away 4 years ago, the way how my stepmother hugged me up and I behave and I go on with all of me and all of my siblings, you would have feel so we are her kids. And our family by our father's side used to mistreat us and call us by a certain name. And I can remember when I was about 14, 15, she got so mad at the whole situation that she said,
Listen, I do not want anybody to classify these children as bastard. Anybody uno fi blame, uno go blame uno brother because uno brother go road go get them. So that made me grow with a respect for step parents overall. So I always try to be the best step parent I can be to anybody's child. And them have a saying in Jamaica, if you love the cow, you have to love the calf. And if me have a child before and me take up a man, we have feed pitney them before. If me I give my pitney them chicken breast, and the chicken breast me I give the man pitney them too. Because at the end of the day, if the man I give feed pitney chicken breast, me want to give my pitney chicken breast too.
Exactly.
So the circle go right around. It's not a one-way street.
Thank you, Karen. Me love that mouthful there. Listen, so Unstoppable First Female King said, most time we women will move on and the child is allowed to be around our new man. But the father can't take the child around his woman. Think about it.
Foolishness that.
True that. Me I go say something. Listen, and ladies who are in the chat right now, me know say enough of you go say Unstoppable shut up because a liar tell nothing no go so. But Derek Moore, you have my back panda one here. Ladies more wanna listen to me. You have someone out there who too petty. Too
That's true.
Petty. Someone out there very, very, very petty.
Hey,
right? Listen, wait, listen me. You be quiet and listen to. Because you're one of them. Here why I say so now. You have some woman out there. Here what the deal now. When you have the man, right? You and the man good. Uno leg off of the man decides say, alright, me I go move on with my life, I go find my new woman now. Right? The woman no do you nothing. You never even know the woman before. Shh, wait, listen me out. Right? You never even know the woman before the man get involved with her. So the woman no do you nothing. And you hate her. You and the man not involved, you know. You and the man done left. But you hate the new woman. Why you not so petty? Eh? And then in most cases, you not bring the pitney in it. Oh, me not want my pitney around that girl there. You're disrespecting me. There should be boundaries. What kind of foolishness that? Hey, Derek, talk to me.
Well, that's, you know what? To be honest, unstoppable, men can be like that too. Because I know over here in America, a lot of times, a man will say, well, if I can't have you, I don't want to be around the children. So men can be petty like that as well. But yes, I think what it is that women want to be, you know, as chauvinist as this sound, a lot of times the woman wants to be the head hen of everything. And so if he decides to move on, first thing she's going to say, well, for one, she ain't as good as me. She can't cook as good as me. She don't make love as good as me. And she damn sure can't raise my kids as good as me. But again, like I said, he has moved on now. So whether you can cook, clean, make love, or end that, it does not matter at this point. He done moved on. But that still does not stop her from trying to throw a monkey wrench in there. And again, like I said, if you try to poison your child against someone else, the child is they're going to grow to hate you. You better off letting nature take its course. The child will know the real from the fake. And that's all it's about. That's really all it's about. Your job is just to get them through. Your job is not to compare whether I slept with him and I was better than him than you, or vice versa.
Yes.
So that's all.
Yes. Listen me. It bugs me when you have some woman where, and you know what bother me too. More wanna listen to people. You know what upsets me is the woman them who, when you have a pitney with the man, right? And you and the man left, and because the man move on to a next woman, and your sister there is no chance for you and the man again. You keep the man pitney for him, you know, want the man see him pitney. That are one thing will bug me, right? And then you have some of them, the man we are trying hardest for take care of him pitney, you know. You understand? Now listen this, Derek and ladies for the panel. You have some man we are give them baby mother all $300, $400, $500, right? Let's just say $500, $600 a month. Let's just say, right? him pitney because if let's just say that's what him can afford. And then you have some of them who are extremely petty now and say, hey, me I go bring him to court for get child support and get less than what you did get from the man at the beginning. Should the man look into himself and say, and ladies, me I ask Uno this now, Derek, not you. Ladies, should the man look into himself after you pick it up now by yourself and be petty? The man used to give you $600, Anyone I want with on the panel me attack. The man used to give you $600 a month for the pitney, right? You decide say you're gonna bring him to a court, right? And end up and get less because the court say, all right, we're gonna order him to give you $300 a month. Should the man take it upon himself and say, you know what? Even though the court order me for PR6, for PR3, me still gonna give her the 6. Or the man should be petty and say, you know what? Since you bring me to a court, me only gonna give you the $300 with the court order. What you say?
It all depends.
My petty self, I'm gonna give him the $300, but I'm still going to support the child. Like buy the child whatever the child needs, but give her the $300 cash. She wouldn't get
it all depends. It all depends.
All right, Anthony, what do you mean by it all depends? Start to me.
It depends. All right. If it is the man, I give the woman, like you said, $500 a week. That's a way he can afford, right? And she play greedy because she think him out. She play greedy and she take him to court wanting more, and $500 is what him have and what him can afford weekly. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And him go court and the judge order him to pay $300. Then boy, here now, but that's so happy. $300 she get. Holiday, Christmas, September, it don't really matter the season. $300, not even 50% over the tree. Cause me did give her 5 and she greedy. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But to have some man, but definitely them do not want to mind them children. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even though me is a woman, I don't believe in a woman who say, boy, take man go court and draw man a courthouse. I don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? But you see, sometimes when me go so I stand up and me watch like with certain woman I go through, like with them children, worse if enough. And the father daddy and him buy the biggest clocks, the biggest this and all these things. And him have a set of hungry belly children who him breed up and left the woman with. And him not intend to say boy say about them. You see them kind of man, so it's one time the woman them carry them go forward, believe you me, the cheer, like me a cheerleader. Glad.
Mm.
Yeah, so it all depends. You understand?
Karen. Karen. Where is Karen? Where Karen gone again? Why Karen can't go missing?
You're not hearing me.
All right, we are here.
Hearing
you know.
me?
We are here, you know.
All right. Some of us as women, we need, when we take up some man and the man them not do the right thing, we have to tap them on them shoulder and say, listen man, you need to stand up to your responsibility and be a man. Because you never have my pitney in a house, when me did have from a previous relationship and you have your opinion from a previous relationship, And every day me and my opinion them over here eat oxtail, and all of the good things and shrimp and lobster and all of the good things them, and I wear the dearest clothes them, and you're pitting them out the road dirty and hungry, and I eat so chicken back and tin mackerel, in a work like that,
Mm.
So if you're gonna stay around me and you're gonna do with that style, it not gonna work. It better if you move on and go to the next bus stop because you're the wrong bus stop.
Mm.
Well, my girl, a few women think like you. You understand what I say? Few women think like you. You understand? Yeah, some women in them just selfish all for themselves. You see, once them with the man and the paycheck come home to them now ask the man, say then babes, you see about the baby down the road already, cause they meet the man and know so the man have 2 and 3 children. Them now ask the man, say they go give Jackie the money for them children already. You understand? If you not go yet, then we are wait and carry it tomorrow. All right, give me, make me keep it. You understand? And you as a woman see to it that you know the man children eat. Some woman them just did it, and hear what me I tell you, them just in a relationship and them just all for themselves.
Let me say
yeah.
this. I applaud a stepmother, right? And I should say step parent, but I'm going to say a stepmother in this case. I applaud a stepmother who is in a relationship with a man and she is concerned about his children. I applaud every stepmother who does that. You understand? Make me love a stepmother who there with a man, and if she I go do something for fear pitney them, she think about the man pitney too. Me love
but that is the way it's supposed to go.
Me love a stepmother who will look upon her man and say, listen me babes, did you provide whatever you're supposed to give to your daughter or your son? You need help with it. Me love a stepmother like that. You understand? Me love a stepmother who encourage our man to play a part in him children life. Me love a stepmother like that. You understand? Because you have some woman them with a man and them not care about the man pitney them. Worse if she go get pregnant for him. She only want the focus to be on for her pitney. So me love a stepmother that loves her man children. You understand? Like I said, people, I could have said parent, but me I give credit to the woman them who look out. Because you have some woman them not care about some man pitney. You understand? And you have some of them who ill treat the step pitney them to them. They are the one that me can't stand. You understand? Them they are the one that me can't stand.
Unstoppable. If it's 3 pound of rice and 3 pound of oxtail, we're gonna cook, and a 6 pitney, and me have 3 live at the house with me and you. You're gonna go for your 3 them care coming. You say if a one piece of oxtail can go in everybody plate and 1 spoon of rice, the whole of we going to sit down and enjoy together. One big happy family.
Lord God, here ya. Kizzy say my stepmother. I know say wait before me even read Kizzy comment. Enough people were on that chat. If you're not honest, you would have said this. Kizzy say our stepmother used to cook and not give her enough food. Don't you see that? You see that?
Hey.
Me know say enough of on the chat right now used to go through things like this with some step parents. You understand? Some of you probably not got honest for say it.
True. This girl that I used to party with, she dated a guy, the guy live with his son. She go over there and sleep with the guy, and the girl legit gets up and make breakfast with the man and don't make no breakfast with the man son, and she don't like the man son. I'm like, then you freak the man, you want married to the man, you do all these things to get in with the man, and you don't like him son. You're the man, they don't could breakfast him son. I said no, that can't work. If that was my brother, I'm ex you can't get my brother, no. So that was my first time actually seeing a female do that. I only hear horror stories. I never experienced that. I never lived it. But that was my first time to somebody do it. And yes, of course, I have to say something about it.
Trust me. I wouldn't listen. If a man, let me put myself in a situation then. If me there with that woman and she cook food and not give my pitney and the pitney there right there and see everybody eat, and she not give my opinion on the food, me I tell you straight up, my girl relationship done. Me not think I gonna have no conversation with you. Relationship
done.
One time.
Yeah. First female king, me know say it happen. Believe me, that happens. You understand? And a wickedness that if you would let a child sit, hey, let me tell you something. You see when you're pitney and you're hungry and you see your family eat and you not eat, it feel like the hungry feel even worse than regular hungry, When you see them eat and you not get none of the food, I'm going to tell you something. Something like this happened to me already as a pitney. It was not a stepmother. It was not a stepmother. I was living with a couple when I was much younger. Most people don't know this. I wasn't living with my mother. I wasn't living with my father. I was living with a couple. And I wouldn't say the couple was a mean couple. They were good at first, right? And I actually loved living with them in the beginning until everything shifted. You understand? Everything shifted. The man, may still respect him to this day. But the wife, for lack of a better word, I would have called her a witch.
Wow.
I would have called her a witch. And this woman, when me say she used to ill-treat me, she used to ill-treat me to the fullest as a child growing up. You understand? And when me I say, the hungry way you feel, right? When you see somebody eat and not give you none, it's like 2 times the hungry way you feel when time you're just hungry normally. You understand? Because I see the person just enjoy the food of the person just looking at your face and not give you none as a pitney that wicked. And it hurt. You understand? So I went through that too. And if anybody else just would have been honest, they would have admitted they didn't go through it too. You understand?
I can't do that to an adult, much as a child. Like it takes a special kind of wickedness to do that to a child.
Alright, family, the conversation did not end there, because it went on a little bit longer. But if you want to listen to the rest of it, click the link that's in the description. It will take you on over to Unstoppable Live, where you can listen to the rest of the video in its entirety. While you're there, please remember, hit that subscribe button, so once we have live discussions like these, you can call in and give your take, your feedback, and your opinion on whatever topics we're discussing at the time. Also, hit that subscribe button right here on the recap channel, so once we drop another recap, you don't miss it. You get the notifications, so you can see the show you probably missed. Alright, until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, remain unstoppable.
Unstoppable.